Well, Christian Aid are doing a lobby of Parliament today. We're trying to lobby as many members of Parliament as possible. That means we've brought people from all over the United Kingdom, from different constituencies. And we've got some very clear messages we want to get across to members of Parliament. The first is we want to thank them for protecting the aid budget, because that's what's happened. They've ring-fenced it, they're not going to cut it, and in fact over the next couple of years they'll increase it to 0.7% of GDP. That's great. The second message is we'd like the government to do more about tax dodging. We're worried that there's multinational companies not paying a fair share of tax in the developing world. And our third message is on climate change. We would like the government to do more on climate change. In particular, very specific ask, by Christmas we'd like them to sign into law mandatory reporting so that British companies, major companies listed on the stock exchange here in London, have to declare their carbon emissions.
What's your position on climate change? You do believe it exists and it's man-made, do you?
I believe climate change exists. I am on the fence with the argument as to why it's happening.
So we've got to plug that energy gap, and wind energy can make a contribution, but it can't make up the whole of it.
I think an opportunity to lobby Parliament makes a much bigger impression on our parliamentarians than just the odd letter campaign.
People in the developing world, they don't have a voice because people don't care about them, so we're trying to be their voice and be visible for them. And that's our role today in campaigning.
Power to the poor.
This job, it's not always an easy job. We see some real pain in some really difficult places. But when you see Christian Aid supporters, everything cheers you up about it, because they're all ages and stages. There are kids here today who are 10, 11, 12. There are people who've been supporting Christian Aid and collecting for Christian Aid Week for decades, and every age in between. They're just amazing. They work so hard, they're so inspiring, they're so engaged.